Five, five, four, three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back to the Trey Show.
it's the Trey Show.
Why don't we just have the drop? Like, why?
What drop?
We should just have a drop.
Who's dropping?
Like a drop of like the sounds, like the soundboard. We just need a drop.
We don't own a soundboard.
Well, someone needs to fix that.
Well, get us some more followers.
Okay.
On all platforms.
Everybody follow so we can get a soundboard. If everyone just donates $1,
Yeah, if we
all
get a million
13
people,
of you.
million people to do $1.
Wait, what?
That's
What kind of soundboard are you getting?
the best soundboard on earth.
Oh,
Everything's the best for the Trey Show.
that's for $1 million. That's still crazy, but okay.
So there's a lot of topics that we're going to get through tonight on the Trey Show with
Sometimes.
Trey.
Bing bong.
Being, in fact, bomb. And there's actually the when you sent me some of the topics, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
But
there's some crazy stuff going
there's some crazy stuff. So on the podcast, on the Trey Show today, we're going to be talking about the Commanders scandal.
on. Yeah, one of them.
Including that name.
There's
Jesus.
a lot.
That name is horrible.
You're a Washington Commies fan?
And then you wanted to show I don't know what your angle is, but you wanted to show off this YouTube account.
Yes.
You wanted to get I don't know if it's props or minuses, but we'll find out. And then we got an old man talking shit about somebody who's passed away. That's
Yes.
cool. And then we got a player being blacklisted. And a few other things. Yeah, that's what you sent me. Oh no, backlash. That was my own head putting.
Wait.
I thought it seemed blacklisted, which could have been it, but it was backlash, not blacklisted,
Not Blacklash.
not blacklash. So go ahead.
Taco Bell.
Where are we starting today, Trey? Where are we starting?
We're gonna start on the ground. Pick it up from there.
And we're going to this straight to the moon.
not the
To
moon.
the moon.
Not the moon. Nothing good is happening today. It's just a bunch of chisme. But for those of you who don't know, which is very unlikely, Dwayne Haskins passed away last weekend. He was 24 years old. You know, Ohio State legend, has all the records still there. I don't know about still. He might. I think he still has most of them for passing records. You know, he was a quarterback. And like I said, 24 years old, not even 25 yet. And he unfortunately passed away.
Damn.
Not a lot of details at the moment. He was crossing the highway in Florida for something. The reports that he was going to the airport, and along the way he ran out of gas and he exited his vehicle for reason X, Y, and Z. And he was struck by a car
Dang.
that was coming that way. And it's just, it's an unfortunate situation. He was down there in Florida. He plays for the Steelers. He was down in Florida for some workouts, like some off-season stuff.
Yeah.
That was hosted by a teammate. So that's the only reason why he was even in that situation to begin with. And the crazy part is that it was another quarterback that was like the one who initiated the workout and said they should come down there.
Yeah.
So Dwayne, being a good teammate, is like, yeah, I'm in competition with you. They brought you in, but yeah, let's do this workout to get better with my teammates. And so you just hope that he doesn't feel bad about it. Mitch is the guy who it is. You hope that he doesn't feel bad about it. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, no. He just invited. I mean, it's just a really shitty circumstance.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
a freak accident. And so rest in peace to him.
R.I.P.
Just personally, Dwayne Haskins was one of my favorite players.
Dang.
He wasn't a starter. Mm-hmm. You know, he kind of flamed out in Washington, had some off the field stuff, nothing serious, but just like character stuff, right? And the reality is as we'll get into later, the organization in Washington is a mess, and basically they never really wanted Dwayne Haskins in Washington to begin with. The owner is the one who wanted him. So he made the final call to draft him. And so his original coaching staff didn't really want him.
Oh,
And
dang.
they were all fired. And then Ron Rivera, the coach who came in, obviously didn't really want the guy. Just because new coach, you want your own people in there, blah, blah. That's just how it goes. And so he never really got a fair chance in Washington. It's kind of crazy. When he started his first game, like week 8, I think, or 9 of his rookie season, he hadn't even taken a first team rep. That's how much the coaching staff didn't want him. So they just kind of threw him out there, and then they were like, "Why is he not performing well?" Maybe it's because y'all didn't give him any first team reps. And so he goes to Pittsburgh, and he was a backup last year. And so from everything that everyone was saying around the situation was that he was, he matured, and he was taking the time to really just like grow up, and he was taking the competition seriously this year for the starting quarterback job. And so it's just unfortunate. And in the NBA, one of my favorite players is D'Angelo Russell. And D'Angelo Russell, as you know, had his situation with the Lakers when he got drafted. He had the Nick Young cheating thing. Gosh, what a mess. So TLDR, if you don't know, he basically snitched on Nick Young that Nick Young was cheating on his then fiance Iggy Azalea, and he posted it on Snapchat.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So that was him. But, he was I think he was an 18 or 19-year-old rookie. Like, I think he was 19. So there was just another rough situation. You're in the locker room with a grown man. You're not really thinking about that. Like, that's not something he dealt with in college. So it was just a rough situation. The Lakers traded him away to get Lonzo Ball 2 years later. And then D'Angelo Russell ended up being an all-star in Brooklyn, which was a team he got traded to. And so he got the chance to really kind of revitalize his career. And so those two players of mine that I like, it's just kind of the parallel that sucks is like they're really similar in their situations. Just, Haskins passed away before he was able to redeem himself and get back onto that point where D'Angelo Russell had that chance.
Yeah.
And along with that whole situation happening, it's going to be too hard to find the tweet, but I'll find it, and so you can put it up here. There are two bad things that happened with the reporting of this. So when the news broke, Adam Schefter, who's one of the big NFL analysts, or insiders is what they're called, basically in his tweet saying that he passed away, he said, Dwayne Haskins has died this morning. He struggled in Washington before going to Pittsburgh, blah, blah, blah. And so everyone kind of had a problem with that because it's like,
how you gonna do an RIP post, but then kind of shade him?
Yeah, it's like
in the post.
On the same time, you are saying he passed away and it's unfortunate. You're bringing up like his professional struggles. Like a 24-year-old died, and that's what you're talking about. It's about how he struggled in Washington, and that's the most important thing right now. And so his family, who they obviously knew first, but on that day, they had to hear about his professional struggles on the same day that he passed away.
Yeah, I mean they didn't do that with Kobe. Like when Kobe passed away, they're like, well, he did have one rough year, and you know what I mean? That's a little disrespectful.
And they were just talking about how that's not a unique situation. If another quarterback, Drew Lock, if he passed away, would he have reported it the same way? Considering just other differences and stuff, like it's just one of those situations where that's just not how you do it. And then Gil Brandt, 91-year-old dude, old school guy, one of Jerry Jones's good old boys, he was basically asked about it in an interview, and he was saying that let me try to think of what he exactly said. He said basically that Haskins was living to die because of that he wasn't a starter, and that he if he would have stayed in college another year instead of going to the NFL, that he wouldn't have been in that situation. And
what the heck? What?
He said that he something about got to be careful on those roads, or he could have been drunk driving and they just leaned to the right.
Well, who could have been drunk driving?
I don't know. the way he quoted it sounded like somebody else. He was
Oh, okay.
like, so he was telling a story like, back in my day, we would drunk drive and we would just lean to the right, and that's where obviously he was when he got hit on the right side. And
This dude is too old to be giving statements.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. But yeah, those were the two kind of bad things that came out of that whole horrible situation. People that just, couldn't help themselves. Had to go and make it worse.
That's freaking. Why did they? Who's this guy again?
Gil Brandt, Brandt. He was on some podcast. I forget. I think he was a player, or he was under the Cowboys at some point. I don't know if he played or if he was like in the front office, something like that. But that was his radio answer.
That's some bullshit. Well, he should have been nicer because he's 91. So the people are going to make comments about him.
Yeah, he knows better. But he's, white, little good old boy. He don't.
But your cup in front of you. Because you're, it's like ringing on there.
He don't care. He's too old. No one should have even answered or asked him that question. And so people were rightfully upset about those two. And Adam Schefter was very much crucified for that. As he should be. Like Lamar Jackson called him lame ass dude, blah, 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 said his piece. A lot of people had stuff to say about that. And so we'll just, throw some of them up right here so you guys can read them.
Oh, that old white dude?
Uh-huh.
He was, it just says that he was a football executive who was the vice president of player personnel in the NFL for the Cowboys from 60 to 88.
Yeah.
So why is they even talking to him?
Yeah, I don't know what like significance he had on that show. But he was asked about it, and that's what he said. Do you have the quote?
No, I'll pull it up. Go ahead, keep going. I'll pull it up, though.
Yeah. It's just, at the end of the day, these athletes are humans. Like, this is just not what you're supposed to do. It's not what you're supposed to say. And it's just gross that in the first moment, he would just say, oh, yeah, he struggled in Washington. He was cut. He really wasn't anybody. But, he died. Like that's basically how the tweet went from the tweet read from Adam Schefter.
Oh, so this is one of the quotes that he said. So you kind of got it right. Maybe if he stayed in school, he wouldn't have gone jogging on a highway.
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's what he said. You have the rest of it?
I'm going through the article. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah. It's just.
Oh yeah, like so. What you said. He was a guy that was living to be dead. It was always something with him, and then the third thing about staying. Those are the big quotes. Yeah. It's just did the host of the thing call him out, or you just let him talk? I haven't listened to the clip.
I don't know if he did or not. I think he just let him. He obviously let him talk while he was talking, but every other clip just kind of cuts it out at that point.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, the Twitter results are like nuts.
Yeah, people were not happy.
Oh yeah, he tweeted later. This morning, while learning of Dwayne Haskins, right? Haskins passing, I reacted carelessly and insensitively on a radio interview. I want to apologize to his family and anyone who heard my poor choice of words. I truly apologize. My heart goes out to the family at difficult times.
Yeah, shut up. Stop talking. Go live at home somewhere and just watch, okay?
That is not. I don't understand why you thought it was okay to just.
You don't deserve a voice, Gil. Okay, like you were a assistant GM from what it sounds like from 60 to 88. That was like
I don't know why
years ago.
I don't know. Have you ever heard that that it's an old Chappelle bit, but it's real, where some event was happening, and he goes, and for some reason they bring up Ja Rule. Like what did Ja Rule? What do you think about it? And then there's a real clip. If you go look, there's a real clip on a news thing where I don't know if it's the war in Iraq or something or some national disaster, and Ja Rule was one of the people they talked to.
Yeah, like
what does this person have to do with this?
He don't matter, bro. You don't have to ask him. It's okay. I promise you, we didn't need anything from
Yeah.
Gil on this topic.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was doing it for clout because he's too old to know how the
You
internet
don't know.
works.
He really felt that shit.
Yeah, that was real.
really
It wasn't
felt
for
that.
clout.
No, he felt that. That's what he wanted. And I guess it was last night. It was after he was leaving the workout on Friday night. Because I guess so. Pat McAfee has his show, as everybody in the world knows. And fortunately for Pat, he is a Ian Rappaport guy. He's not an Adam Schefter guy. Okay, so as for the people who don't know, in the NBA and NFL, I don't know much about baseball, right? In the NBA and NFL, there's two main insiders for each sport. In the NFL, it's Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport. And in the NBA, it's Woj and Shams. I'm not going to try to say. I'll try to say either name because it's funny. Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams Chicharnian. I don't know how to say his name.
Don't hurt yourself.
He's a brown guy. That's all I'll say. Like Hassan Minaj.
Oh, okay.
That kind of brown guy. So, like I said, I don't know how to say his name, but they call him Shams. So those are the two insiders. And so, luckily for Pat, he's an Ian Rappaport guy and not an Adam Schefter guy. And so, Ian Rappaport came on the show, and obviously they asked him about the whole situation. And I guess there was some whisperings about how a Steelers player had died on Friday night, like leaving the facility, but leaving the workout stuff. So, Ian could have reported it then. Hey, this happened. We don't know much. The famous quote, more to come.
Yeah.
Like he could have reported it then, but he sat on it, he slept on it, more information came out. And Adam Schefter, his race to be first, did that. And that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. Sometimes it's such a detriment to be the first to try to break a story.
Yeah, it's like it literally almost always does more harm than good.
Yeah,
because nobody
I hate the term misinformation.
Yeah,
but it always there was this the event in New York that just happened with the guy shooting, and there was a bunch of people were trying to say there were bombs and all this other stuff, and none of that was true.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just nobody ever remembers that you were first unless you fucked up.
Yeah,
like nobody. That's it. Like TMZ when Kobe passed. Everyone remembers they were first because of what they did to Vanessa and the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Like that's why everyone remembers they were first because they found out. That's how they found out. And then after that, 5 minutes later, they were like the 5 other people on the plane were said to be his family.
Yeah, they were. It was like the news was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember following it that day. And it was crazy. We didn't know who passed away.
It was
the whole Bryant family or not.
And that's why everyone remembers that TMZ was first. It's because they messed it up.
How dirty you tell people before his wife even had.
Nobody remembers if you were first and wrong. I mean, if you're first and right. Yeah. It's just, damn, that really happened. Like nobody cares. They're not saying, oh my God, Adam Schefter, he really did a good job on this. This is great, but let it do what it is now. And it's like Adam Schefter needs to lose his job. So I'm gonna give you some background. Okay. Adam Schefter, basically forced Tom Brady into retiring.
Oh no. Yeah. We talked about this on your last show.
I did?
Yeah. We talked about how he pressured his dad or whatever to like say something.
Oh no.
Oh, this is different?
No. Yeah. Adam Schefter just basically leaked, Brady's going to retire. And so it put Brady in a situation where it's like, I don't necessarily want to retire, but like I'm just gonna kind of go along with it now because he just said it, right? And the way those things work is they're from sources, right? So somebody told him that. So it's not like so it falls on Brady basically if it's wrong. Yeah. So that's the situation, and then there was another situation that people were bringing up. But it was like 3 or 4 times in the last year that Adam Schefter has done this. And that's why people were like, okay, this is it. Like, that's enough, bro.
He worked for ESPN? Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. That's Disney. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's ask the mouse.
Exactly. That's enough. But that's all for that story.
R.I.P.
Yeah, that's
He
the
didn't
bottom
deserve that.
line. It's rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah, him and his family didn't deserve that.
From there, let's transition so that way you can look it up so I can get the details. Let's stay kind of in the vicinity of Washington and go to the whole Commander situation.
Oh man, this was interesting.
So this all stems from two places. When it really started was the Dan Snyder sexual harassment and misconduct allegations by the cheerleaders. That whole thing that came out at the end of 2020, I want to say.
Oh, I don't even know about that.
Yeah, at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, somewhere around there. So it all stems from there. So the Washington cheerleaders, basically, Dan Snyder, for lack of a better word, was pimping them out. Not for like favors, but for like, oh, we're gonna do a topless photo shoot today.
I think I heard it on. Funny enough, I think I heard it on Philip DeFranco. I think he talked about this.
He did, because it was huge news when the allegations came out. So we're gonna do a topless photo shoot today, and a lot of them were uncomfortable with that.
And people would show up.
Yeah, they did it like in front of Dan Snyder, the GM, not the GM, but like the president, Bruce Allen. Is that who it is? Whoever was sending the emails to John Gruden. Is that Bruce Allen? It might be Bruce Allen. But him, like, he was there. So it would be like a thing, and it was like, oh, this isn't what you necessarily signed up for. And so that's where it started, was that. And then from that investigation, last year we got the John Gruden thing.
Yeah.
When they kind of they put a hit out on John Gruden. Was it right? No. But like, did John Gruden mess up? Yeah. But it was definitely a hit put out on him, basically, because
he definitely took the fall for that.
Yeah, there was a very small amount of people who had those emails. Dan Snyder, because it was on his servers, and NFL. So it either came from the NFL or it came from Dan Snyder. Like, those are the only two options. Someone wanted John Gruden gone. And like I said, he deserved to be gone for that stuff, especially when he has a gay player. There's female referee, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But the timing of it in the middle of the season, it was definitely a hit. And so you fast forward to now, when it turns out that Washington has been taking a little money off the top.
So I have the allegations. Do you want me to read what the allegations are? Okay. So withholding security deposits from fans.
Yeah.
No, I don't want block. Okay. Using the funds for other purposes, about $5 million withheld from around 2,000 accounts. Which, when they were talking about that, I was like, "That's crazy! Your season ticket holders, like the people who are, that's crazy."
Yeah.
Misreporting Commanders' ticket sales and revenue from Notre Dame Navy game at FedEx Field and a Kenny Chesney concert, thus including those earnings from the NFL revenue sharing program, which I didn't know that's how it worked. Like, all the owners share.
Yeah. So the league has money, right?
Yeah.
So the league has money. And so that's how it's not the situation where baseball's in, where the Dodgers have the most spending money because their owner is willing to spend it. Mm-hmm. And the A's spent zero money this year in offseason or in free agency, where the Dodgers spent the most, is because they didn't make any money and the owner's cheap. But anyway, that's how the NFL gets around that, is that they put all the money in a pile and they split it.
Oh, okay.
For tickets and stuff like that. Everything else is up to you.
Yeah, like, you mean like merch and stuff like that? And
yeah, that stuff doesn't. But ticket sales, that kind of stuff, it all goes into a pot and every team gets a piece.
Well, that's good for the shitty teams.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not good
That's
for,
what
like,
it is.
It's not good for Dallas or Raiders or.
Well, I mean, it's just that, but it also creates incentive for that.
What do you mean?
Like, you want your team to be good into December and stuff for that reason. Yeah. Because you don't get it from like the ticket sales and stuff. But it's just like, because if you have a bad team, you're just going to stay bad that way.
Yeah.
Because if you're bad, by the end of the year, nobody's coming to the games. you make less money, you have less money to spend.
Yeah.
They're trying to get rid of that cycle.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's good for the
Yeah.
up and coming or a team that's like rebuilding and they don't
Yeah.
have anything going on.
But that's how the system works. And
So go ahead.
the Commanders would basically sell a ticket for $55, report it as $40, and then report that the extra 15 or that extra 15 would go onto the books for another thing at the stadium. And so the two that were investigated were that concert and then the Notre Dame and Navy game
Well, let me finish this
at
real quick.
The stadium.
Let me finish these allegation things. So like you were saying, Snyder was aware of the scheme, and then according to a letter, Friedman said the team maintained two sets of books. One that was shared with the NFL, but underreported certain ticket revenue, and another initial set of books that included the complete and accurate revenue shown to Mr. Snyder. So, that such misrepresentations is known literally as juice, and that the members of the senior leadership, including Snyder, encouraged the practice.
Of course they did. Snyder is so corrupt, and that's how it's always been.
He's out, right? He's out. I heard the other owners already said that he's out.
He has to be. Because this is why the NFL has not gotten him out. Because at the end of the day, the NFL, the way it's set up, the NFL works for the owners. Mm-hmm. Roger Goodell works for the owners. And so it's not the other way around. Uh-huh. They have the power.
Yeah, because they vote for everything, right?
Yeah, they're at the top.
It's a ring on top, and he's underneath the ring.
Yeah, and then it's Goodell. And then it's like the Players Association. Mm-hmm. And then it's like the front offices for the teams. And then it's the coaches. And then it's the players. Or it's the star players.
Yeah.
And then it's everybody else. Like, that's how it goes. Mm-hmm. And in my tangent, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, why they don't want him. Because let's just say Shad Khan, the owner for the Jaguars, he was taking London games, right? He takes every London game he can get because that's where he has ties to. He owns one of the huge soccer teams in London.
Okay.
Or in England. And so he was colluding to get Jacksonville to play in or to move to London, right? That's what he was trying to do. So if that gets found out, obviously the colluding part, that's bad, and he could lose his team for that. Uh-huh. But they don't want to start that precedent of taking away teams because then anything that comes out about any of the owners, they could lose their team and they could be forced to sell it. So that's why they haven't been able to get Dan Snyder out, is because the other owners don't necessarily want him out.
Maybe they're doing some bullshit.
Exactly. Because then it could fall on them.
I mean, I think it's time for fresh blood to be like owning these teams.
You know how many black owners there are?
Zero.
Yeah. You know how many minority owners there are?
0.
One. Shad Khan.
And he's from England?
Yeah, but he's
Indian?
Yeah, he's Indian. But yeah, he's from England. That's it.
They said we let one in.
Yeah. Like there was a group. So group buys happen all the time, right? Mm-hmm. With ownership. There was a group that was like Steph Curry. Was Jay-Z involved with this one?
I think Jay-Z was involved.
No, I don't think it was this one. It was Steph Curry. It was a bunch of people like generally from the South and from Carolina. Uh-huh. And they were going to buy the Panthers when Dave Tepper was outed as being a creep, basically, in 2018 or 2019.
And all these old white men seem to be creeps.
And they declined. They didn't
because all the other owners vote. They have to vote for you to come in, and they said no.
They said no to Steph Curry and like 3 or 4 other like partners.
Yeah, they're guarding themselves. It's kind of bullshit, and we're all supporting them.
Yeah,
even when we play Madden.
That is, well, that goes technically because that goes to the NFLPA and stuff like that. But that's why they don't. That's why he hasn't been out. It's because this. But it's taking money from them, I think, is where they're going to draw the line.
Now he's stealing from the others. The other 32.
I think that'll get him out. But now it's like, where does he go? Nobody cares where he goes. He can go die in a hole. But who's going to buy the team? What's going to happen there? I think Congress should take over.
Congress?
Congress.
They'll never get anything done.
Well, what's been getting
Oh, well,
done?
no, they are what is it called? The general attorney or attorney general, whatever it is, has opened a investigation.
Yeah, that's
against
where this
them.
came from.
Oh, that's where this leak, or not the leak, but that's where these allegations are coming from.
Yeah, because it was on the wraps for a reason, and so what they're thinking is that in this investigation by the attorneys general, he was subpoenaed, and so he had to talk. So
No closed doors talks. I want.
No, it was closed. The NFL, everything's in closed doors.
Oh man, these bastards!
They don't want anything to come out.
Did you watch the video? Did you watch the video you sent me? Did you watch the whole thing?
Same one. I'm pretty sure I did.
So they were like speculating on how this may have happened. So there was that guy who got fired.
Yeah, him.
And they made him sign an NDA.
Yeah.
But they say he may have went to the government and said, "You need to subpoena me."
Yeah,
and
that's what I just said.
No, but you said it was. Yeah, you were saying that there was talks, but I'm saying like the way, like the map of how it could have happened. There was talks behind closed doors with the government, but they think he might have. Cause he was trying to whistleblow, but he had an NDA, and technically he couldn't unless he was subpoenaed by the government, and then it outweighs his NDA.
That's just how it goes. So Dan Snyder is probably out, which is great. Dan Snyder is like James Nolan. Everyone just wants him to sell the team.
But I wonder, like, it's going to be like crazy, right? Because it's not just the head of the snake. They're saying the whole senior staff knew about it. So it's a lot of people.
No, everyone is going to be gone.
Yeah, the whole.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, when they sell the team, everyone is gone because the new owner isn't going to keep those guys.
Yeah. So they bring in new people for management positions and all that shit.
It's DC. So I wonder what they're gonna do, but I just hope it's not another old white guy.
Of course, in DC, they found out that they were cheating.
I hope it's not another old white guy.
Yeah,
can we at least get a young white dude? Elon, buy Washington.
He could afford it.
Buy the Commanders.
He's busy buying Twitter and then shitting on it.
Yeah, true, and not joining the board.
Yeah, that was weird.
After saying he was gonna join the board,
That was a weird. Well, I think
Elon was probably like, "I want to bring back Trump," and they were like, "No," and he was like, "I'm out."
I think he wanted to buy more stocks, and if he would have joined the board in the deal, he couldn't buy more stocks. Yeah. He'd have to promise not to allocate more power, and I think he's like, more power, please.
I think he just sees it as business because Twitter is booming.
Yeah,
I love Twitter. Twitter's great.
Get ready. I'm pretty sure it's going to hit wave 2 after these elections. Everyone's going to be on it again. Hint, hint.
What else do I have?
So you have that YouTube channel you wanted to shout out or you wanted to talk about?
I don't want to go there yet.
Oh, you don't? I'm sorry.
Well, no, but that's like switching sports.
Okay.
That's why.
I don't know what.
I have another football.
No, you want to talk about that game?
No, that's basketball still.
Oh, that's basketball?
Another sport. So,
that's really, that rings a lot when you do that.
Basically, I can switch sports because I don't really want to talk. So TLDR on this last story, Baker Mayfield basically said that he felt betrayed and he was leaving Cleveland, which is, we knew that. They signed Deshaun Watson. That's all you need to know. So let's switch gears.
To basketball. Basketball, let's go.
So,
defense.
Let's start off with, okay, you should get out. Get out.
I'm not getting out.
I can do this by myself.
No, you can't.
Yes,
I'm taking all my equipment with me.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You can stay. So, the Lakers did not make the playoffs this year. After they had LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook. They did not make the playoffs.
LeBron's not out on injury?
He is.
Oh, okay. That's
no, it's kind of stupid. Like, LeBron is such a name that everything's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, LeBron is out for the rest of the season due to his ankle sprain. There was only 2 games left. Like, he was missing 4 days of real life. Damn. He missed the rest of the season. But that's a big deal because they were disappointing. Realistically, it's documented here. I didn't think the Lakers were going to be that great. Mm-hmm. But I made sure that I covered my bases, though. Because I said, I don't see how it works on the basketball court. Right, Russ can't shoot. LeBron can't shoot. AD can shoot sometimes. He can shoot, but he went on this year to have his worst statistical shooting season of all time. That it was just a mess of a year. But if anyone can make it work, it was LeBron. He couldn't make it work.
So does this mean super teams don't work?
No, that's not what this means. Because Anthony Davis missed the whole year. LeBron missed time, and Russ was the only one playing. Russ is terrible. Excuse me. And on top of that, Russ looks crazy as hell right now. So it is reported that Frank Vogel, the head coach of the Lakers, never wanted Russell Westbrook, as he shouldn't have. Like, it was a bad deal. And so in the NBA, in the modern NBA, it's very modular in the terms of, it's not how it used to be, where you have a point guard like John Stockton, and he was this white guy, and he was passing the ball to everybody. And like then you had your shooters, and then you had your big that was in the middle all game, and he rebounded the ball, and he passed it to the point guard, and the point guard would bring it up and initiate all the offense and, call the shots. It's not like that. Everyone has guard skills now. And so in a meeting for this team, obviously Frank Vogel was like, look, this is a really fast team. We have LeBron, we have Westbrook, we have Anthony Davis, Malik Monk. Like, these are all guys in transition. So whoever gets the ball, just bring it up. Like, just push the pace. Just bring up the ball. Don't worry about trying to get the ball to the point guard. Just bring the ball up. And Russ reportedly said, nah, man, just give me the ball. And Frank Vogel obviously was like, I'm the coach.
Yeah.
And no, we have Malik Monk. We have LeBron. Like, these guys can push the ball. Go to where you're supposed to be and go get a dunk. Like, push the ball. And Russ was basically, I'm the effing point guard. Give me the ball. Right? And so Russ just looks crazy as hell for that, especially because he hasn't been playing that great. And then he went on to have his worst season ever.
What is going on?
Yes. So Russ looks crazy as hell right now. And Frank Vogel was fired, the head coach of the Lakers. And we knew that was going to happen. They needed a fall guy, and Frank was that man. But that's not the interesting part, because they had a bad season. When you coach the Lakers and have a bad season, you're you know what I'm trying to say. You're easily able to be fired.
Yeah.
And but the big deal is that Frank Vogel was not told he was getting fired before they let Woj know. And so we talked about Woj earlier.
Yeah.
Woj leaked the news while the game was ending in the last seconds. Like, Frank Vogel is getting fired after this year, or after the game.
That's crazy.
He will be notified on Monday. And so this game was on Sunday, this past Sunday, a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And Frank Vogel was asked about it in his like press conference interview at the end of the game. Ugh. And he was like, hey Frank, have you seen this report? Blah, blah, blah. And Vogel was just like, I don't know S about that. I don't know shit about that. Right. What else is he supposed to say?
Yeah.
And so it took a moment where it was a big win for the Lakers. All their young guys really balled out. Austin Reeves played well. Malik Monk played good. I think Austin Reeves had a triple-double. And Austin Reeves is he was either a late pick or undrafted rookie.
Oh, damn.
And so he had a triple-double. And so it was supposed to be a good moment for this team, for these young guys. But that's all anybody talks about. And because of that, one of the main coaches in their coaching hiring practices, or one of their coaches that they were interested, is no longer interested. Quinn Snyder, the coach of the Utah Jazz, he was like on their target list, and I guess he had some interest too. Yeah, He doesn't have interest anymore after how they treated Frank Vogel.
Well, yeah. I mean, look how they treat the last guy.
Yeah, and it's like Quinn Snyder's a great coach. They would be very lucky to have Quinn Snyder as their coach. Quinn Snyder is arguably the best defensive coach in the NBA, and he won't be the Lakers coach now unless something always could happen. It's the Lakers, but
I mean, they got the money, right, to throw around. So
yeah, but if nobody wants to go there, nobody wants to go there, and so that's why that situation was a big deal. And from there, let's move to a little interruption. The NBA playoffs started tonight, or last night, technically. But we had the play-in. And so the first game of the play-in. So if you don't know, the play-in tournament is, so you know how there's the first 6 teams? It's basically what baseball does with their wildcard games. So the first 6 teams that make it based on record, those are guaranteed.
Okay.
And then 7, 8, 9, and 10 have a tournament. And so 7 plays, I think, 10, and 9 plays 8. No, I'm tripping. 7 plays 8, and 9 plays 10 in the standings.
Yeah.
And whoever wins 7 and 8 is automatically in.
Okay.
So that way, That's just fair. They don't have to play another game. They prove that they deserve it. So 7 and 8 is automatically in. 9 and 10
Is this
play.
a game or a series?
What do you mean? No, one game. Single elimination.
Okay.
And 9 and 10 play, and whoever wins that game plays the loser of 7 and 8. So, because they did it that way because if you were the 7 or the 8 seed before,
Yeah.
you were automatically in.
Okay.
So they didn't want to make it like unfair. Be like, oh, now you're automatically out if you're the 8 seed and you lose. Like that it wouldn't be right. They would have made the playoffs before. And so they have 2 chances if you lose that game. And Brooklyn was the 7 seed this year. And they beat the 8 seed Cavs 115-108. It was great to have Darius Garland to show what he can do on a national stage because it's the Cavaliers without LeBron. Nobody cares.
Yeah, no one.
Nobody cares.
I forgot they were still a team.
Yeah, and the crazy part is Darius Garland made the All-Star team this year, and nobody outside of like NBA Twitter and YouTube knows who he is.
Yeah, no, I have no idea who he is.
But he made the All-Star team this year. He had 34 points in this little playoff game, and Kevin Durant had 25, and Kyrie had 34 and 12. So Kevin Durant and Kyrie are better than anything the Cavs have, so that was obvious. The Timberwolves played the Clippers, and this game was funny because the Clippers blew a 21-point lead.
Damn.
So the Clippers blew a 25-point lead, let the Timberwolves come back and win. And the funny part is that the Timberwolves were celebrating, and I'll get some memes up so you can put them on the screen. Like they won the championship when they made the playoffs. Like it's not even like they won a playoff game or series. Yeah. They were celebrating like they won a championship after winning the tournament to make it to the playoffs.
They're so desperate then.
Yeah, and now they get to play the Memphis or the Grizzlies, and that's the crazy part is that they're the 7 seed, so they have to play a 2 seed.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's what they're celebrating. So
we're gonna lose the next game.
Yeah, exactly.
We made it.
And then tonight, the Hawks beat the Hornets, which isn't really a surprise. The Hornets are not a good team. Excuse me. Shout out to MJ. He sucks. Excuse me.
Ooh. 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 Get him. Ooh.
Too much talking.
This is more talking than you do in like 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. I had to get a drink. I was like, LaMelo Ball had 26. That's the only good thing that happened for the Hornets. Trae Young had 34. The Hawks won by 30. Like,
damn.
It wasn't competitive. And then the Pelicans beat the Spurs. And the Spurs are officially eliminated. I feel bad for Popovich. His record of 20 straight seasons in the playoffs ended last year because they didn't beat the Lakers. And then this year, he ended up in the same position.
That sucks.
Yeah. It just happens when you lose Hall of Fame players. So it is what it is. So from that little quickie news, yeah, that's it.
You had what about that game?
Yeah.
Is that what you're rounding out on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
feel like there was another thing. But
there is. This is just for basketball.
Oh, okay,
There's a whole other
okay.
sport.
Okay, yeah.
But the game Wordle took over the internet before they made it paid.
Oh, is that what happened when the New York Times bought it?
Yeah.
Did it drop off?
Yeah.
Dang, why is everyone gonna ruin a good thing?
That's how it works. capitalism.
Oh my god! Like, I didn't play it, but I seen
make them pay for it.
I seen the splash that. I seen it late because I seen it on like MKBHD.
Yeah.
So by the time I seen it, it was already over. But
that's Wordle. Mm-hmm. So somebody made an NBA version called Podle.
It's so weird.
Well, one of the NBA players, his name is Jakob Podle.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's just that somebody came up with this idea is crazy.
It's awesome.
It's great for you guys.
I don't even know if I could show it. I don't know how that works. But you have it's guess a player, and then you have silhouette mode. And you have not silhouette mode. Silhouette mode is frowned upon.
Oh,
you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. And you guess the player. And then it gives you their height, their age, their jersey number, their position, the team they play, the conference, and the division.
I'll show Kenny too. We were looking at his video. I'll show a little bit of his video of him playing it.
Yeah.
Because once you watch him play it a little bit, you're okay.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
And so I've been playing it and keeping up with it, and it is incredible.
Is it the same thing as Wordle, where it's just one a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
I know it's.
I want a real version, or I want like a unlimited version, so I can just.
That's what makes it special.
Yeah, it is something to look forward to.
Do you? What's it called? Do you compare? Like, does Sam play it? Like, do you guys compare notes?
No.
You're the only person.
Yeah, basically.
You're the only person other than Kenny too that plays it.
No, it's a big thing on like Twitter and stuff. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
When I seen it, I was like, "Oh, I'll never be able to play this because of how specific it was." And like,
yeah, it's very like it's been the same conference for the last like week. I think like they've all been Heat players. Mm-hmm. Like there was Kyle Lowry, and then there was Goran Dragic, and then there was someone named Trey Mann. Someone to you, I know who Trey Mann is.
Yeah.
The one that I didn't get was Elijah Robinson, a player for the Thunder, who's like 19, rookie, and barely played. They had him one day, and I was like, "How am I supposed to guess that?"
That's why I thought it was hard. It's not like the most famous players from each team.
No, the most famous player that I've gotten was Kyle Lowry, who has that statue.
Oh, the dick statue.
No.
Oh no, the ass statue.
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
thick.
wrong side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kyle Lowry's thick. And that's it. And so the last thing that I want to talk about is how I have been I've been infected. My life has been taken over. And I am becoming really, really into baseball. And I'm not very happy about it.
Are you watching it?
I haven't got there yet.
Okay, because that's hard to watch a game. It's fun to go to a game.
Yeah.
But to watch a game.
It's just like regular season baseball is so boring. And it's pointless. Like it's 162 games.
That's too many. It's
like,
too many games.
The regular season is so pointless. Like it's horrible. But that channel we linked into, it's called Baseball Doesn't Exist.
Uh-huh.
And he has just incredible video journalism about just random stories. And for me, so it's like players that I may have known, like the names.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about them.
It's just like learning new stories.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I'm really enjoying it. Like
he has a lot. Some of these have like a lot of views.
Yeah.
He has why does everybody hate Alex Rodriguez from a year ago? 2.3 million.
I'm watching that one right now. I need to finish it. He had one about also that coincides with MLB The Show 22 coming out. Incredible game, amazing in every way. If you say it's broken, shut up. It might be, but I don't play it online.
Game Pass.
Yeah, that's how I'm playing it. You think I paid for it? You tripping? But I don't play it online because I'm not good, and I know that. So I'm just having fun with like the career. And one of my favorite players is named Aroldis Chapman. Excuse me. He's a closing pitcher for the Yankees, which means he only pitches in the ninth inning of like close games, right? And so I made a closing pitcher, and so I was like, I want to see some of his highlights. That's just something I do. I'm weird, okay? Leave me alone. And so I look up Aroldis Chapman, and he made a video called "Why Aroldis Chapman is the Scariest Player in Baseball." So I was like, this looks interesting. I'm going to watch it. And so that is how I fell into this week-long hole.
Man. It happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially on YouTube, you just get caught with one, and then you're like,
it's incredible. So first of all, Aroldis Chapman, I'm going to tell you the TLDR.
Uh-huh.
He throws the fastest pitch in baseball. Can I help you? He throws the fastest pitch in baseball.
Whoa, really?
He throws like 106.
Yeah, we can hear that.
You're fired.
Okay, so what does this guy do again?
He throws the fastest pitch in baseball. He throws like 105, 106.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And
that could kill somebody.
Yeah. That's the problem is that when you pitch that fast, you really can't control it. Right?
Oh, so when he does his fastball, it's like all over the place?
He has hit multiple people and caused some fights. and it just it's tough to play against him.
Because you might die.
Yeah, exactly. No, like legit.
Well,
That's
yeah,
why.
if you take even with the helmet on,
Yeah.
straight to the head at 100 miles an hour. That's
Yes.
brain damage, baby.
It's very scary. And so that was like the TLDR. And so once I watched this video, I was kind of caught. And like I said, I've been playing the show, following my baseball teams, and just having a good time with the new sport. And I don't like that. Baseball is supposed to be the sport we make fun of.
Maybe I'll check him out because I love history shit.
Yeah.
Like weird history things. I get pretty. There's a lot of things like what is it? There's this podcast I listen to, Dark History, and it's random shit I don't even know anything about, but I like it because it's weird and it's weird.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's all it is. Like he did one about Trevor Bauer,
I don't know who
who's a
Trevor
pitcher for the. He plays for. I don't know who he plays for now, but I didn't know that he played for the Rawhide.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's like in the MLB, one of the best pitchers in baseball, and he played for the Rawhide.
How many years ago?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's
crazy.
he was going through like his history, and he was like he had multiple fights with coaches and teammates during his stint in the minors, and then it showed him it was like a video of him doing pitching for the Rawhide, and I was like, I know that.
That's nuts. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and he played for the Dodgers, so it's pretty cool. But basically, Trevor Bauer was cheating. No, he wasn't cheating. I'm sorry.
Oh,
he
right. What was he
called
juicing?
everyone out for cheating.
Oh, okay.
So he would call everyone out for their pine tar, for using pine tar on the ball as pitchers to get a better grip and to increase their RPMs when they're pitching. And he basically was like a whistleblower for that, saying that he could do it if he didn't have morals, blah blah blah. And he did it for one inning, and in that inning he saw the increased pitching or the increased what's the word? Rotations. Which isn't the right word, but RPM.
Okay.
He had the increased RPM for that inning, and then he never did it again until last year when he had the increased velocity all year. He won the Cy Young, which is like the best pitcher award and stuff like that. Yeah, he said,
or what is it? Morale's finally broke.
yeah, exactly. And that's how it is.
Yeah, when everyone, it's like almost all of them are cheating somehow.
Yeah.
And they just haven't figured out how to catch them yet.
And that's something that I kind of don't like about baseball. Is like, I don't want there to be cheaters.
Well, when I grew up, it was like home run fever.
Yeah, but that wasn't even the crazy part about that is that it wasn't cheating.
Oh, back then.
Yeah, like it was against the rules, but they didn't enforce it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Because all of a sudden, Sammy Sosa and what is it, Mark McGrath?
yeah, Mike McGuire.
McGuire just knocking balls out of the park.
Yeah,
and they were giant men.
Yeah, they were on steroids, but nobody cared because it wasn't enforced. And then they started enforcing it, and now it's cheating. And that's the same thing that's happening with pine tar now. Is like it hasn't been enforced, and so now pitches are either they're home runs or they're outs. So that's like the current state of baseball.
Because the balls are going so fast that if you make contact, then it's out.
Yeah, it's either it's a home run or it's an out.
I don't want to. That sounds intense.
Yeah, it's fun though. At least the game is.
That makes the game fun.
Yeah, and I think that's all I have.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Okay. Well, I thank you guys for watching. If you watched this long, comment banana. That's the real fans.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
No, banana. Singular.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Singular
Just
banana.
one banana, not multiple.
One banana. All right. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys share this video with all of your friends. If you don't share this video, I'm just going to assume you're a loser with no friends.
That's what I think.
So, share the video with your friends.
I don't mean to assume, but...
Yeah, exactly. Subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Adios. This is the Trey Show. Thank you.
Let me get another drink. ASMR.
They're getting ASMR from our air conditioner, too.
Nice.
But whatever.